I know how easy it is to say yes to a drink.
People are getting sick from alcoholic drinks while they're traveling. In November, 6 tourists died of suspected methanol poisoning in Laos in Southeast Asia. One doctor told CBC at the time there could be thousands and thousands of methanol poisonings every year. Not all are fatal, and most aren't widely reported.
But methanol doesn't taste or smell any different, and I think a lot of people just don't believe that this could happen to them.
Methanol is a normal byproduct of distilling alcohol that's removed during production, but illegal distillers may leave it in bootleg booze. In lower-income countries, this alcohol can then find its way to restaurants and bars. In 2011, Ashley King was 19 and on a trip to Bali. She went to a popular bar listed in a Lonely Planet guide. She knew about the risks of drinking homemade alcohol, but assumed drinks served at bars and restaurants were safe. A few days later, she arrived in New Zealand and had trouble seeing.
All of a sudden, I couldn't breathe. I was gasping for air. It was like I had been hit in the stomach with a bat.
It can take up to 72 hours for the body to start breaking down methanol.
We'll actually break it down into intermediate stages of acid. Formaldehyde first and then formic acid.
The acid attacks the brain, heart, kidneys, and optic nerves, which can cause blindness. King only has about 2% of her eyesight left. Dr. Paul G. treated King in New Zealand.
One of the initial first aid treatments you can give for methanol poisoning is to drink normal alcohol.
That's because your body will switch to breaking down the alcohol rather than the methanol. King was put on dialysis and spent a month in hospital.
Many of these poisonings go under the radar.
Information about methanol poisoning is limited due to underreporting, but Doctors Without Borders found at least 750 people have died in the last year based on publicly available reports. It says the highest number of these reports come from Asia.
We have to change the narrative that you have to be some sort of irresponsible consumer or traveler for this to happen, because that's not the case. It happens to anybody.
The Canadian government is also warning travelers in this country to exercise a high degree of caution if they travel to Laos. It advises people to avoid accepting free or cheap drinks, only buy alcohol in sealed bottles and cans from reputable shops, and get medical help as soon as you begin to feel sick.
I'm still here to talk about it, and there's a lot of other victims who don't have that luxury.
She's written a play and hosts a podcast where she spreads awareness about methanol poisoning.